and intention is a powerful way to come into a ceremony. So what I like to suggest is a kind of format, and there's no rules as to how to set intention. You know, there's no one way of doing it, and people can do it in any way that they want to, and it's important that it be personal and that it feel right for them. But this is the way that I've seen be very powerful and very effective, and it helps bring the mind on board. And one of the things that, you know, when you start working with jungle medicines, your mind can't understand it, and during the experience that might be okay, but when you go back into life, your mind is back, and you need to have some support for the mind. So there's a few reasons that setting an intention is good. One of them is to meet the medicine. So ayahuasca is a conscious plant spirit, and when you're working with ayahuasca, you're working with something that you're developing a relationship with. And ayahuasca is both a doctor and a teacher. And you know, you could go to a doctor and say, hey, there's nothing wrong with me, I just want to have a good life. And I've seen patients like this, and it's kind of fun sometimes because we just get to have a conversation, but I don't really know how to help them. You know, it's like, you're doing well, like maybe you could eat some more protein in the morning, but you're doing well. Versus a patient that comes to me and says, look, I broke my knee and I have diarrhea every second day and I can't sleep at night. Like, okay, great, I know how to work with this. Same with ayahuasca. You know, and you know what's going to happen in the ceremony is going to happen anyway, but putting in your side of the work is important. Same with going to a teacher. Say you meet this teacher that you really want to work with, and you go to them and you say, can I please learn from you? And they say, okay, sure, what do you want to learn? You say, I don't know. With the right teacher and the right student, this can work, but it's a lot easier for the teacher if you go to the teacher and say, hey, I really want to learn from you, what do you want to learn? The teacher says, what do you want to learn? And you say, I want to learn long division. They're like, great, I know how to do this. You know, on the one hand, ayahuasca, the spirits have a curriculum for you that you're not aware of, and you can think all you want about what it is that you're supposed to be learning. It might not be what you think it is, but again, it's a way of putting in your side of the work. Another piece of why the intention is important, it serves as an anchor in ceremony. So sometimes during the ceremony you can be overwhelmed with difficult emotions. You can get into states of overwhelm, of fear, of panic, of intense experiences of, say, anger or shame or just darkness and confusion. And during these moments it can be really helpful to have an anchor if you can remember it. And so for the purposes of remembering it, it's helpful to have a very short phrase. And I'll talk more about that, but the third kind of reason that it's nice to set an intention in language is that it can be helpful for interpreting the experience afterward. And you know, there's some people that say, you don't need to understand your ayahuasca experiences, and maybe that's true, and it's not so much about understanding them, but being able to interpret the important parts that help continue your healing, to help further your healing. So again, it can be helpful just to keep it very short and simple. So sometimes people will come and they have a whole paragraph about all the things that they want to work on, or they'll have an entire list of the things that they want ayahuasca to give to them, and this doesn't work. You're not going to remember it in ceremony, and it doesn't work like this. So the way that I like to phrase the intention is by using a verb. The verbs that I have found to be the most powerful are show me, help me, teach me. Really simple. Show me, help me, teach me. And then for the second half of the phrase, to either use a difficult emotion or an essential quality of humanity, of spirit, of whatever. There's really only 5-6 basic emotions. There's fear, anger, sadness, guilt, shame, and joy. So show me my fear. Teach me about anger. Help me experience joy. And then essential qualities are things more like peace, love, compassion, connection, these kinds of things. These are qualities that are inherent to all of us that we have often become disconnected from through our early childhood experiences, through societal experiences. So teach me about love. Show me compassion. Help me have trust in myself. These kinds of things. So some combination of show me, help me, teach me, and then some combination of a difficult emotion or an essential quality. And this is not the limit of all the things that you can ask for from ayahuasca, but this can be a very helpful place to start.
Ciao, ciao.